Hello and welcome to Dance Teachers Academy. I am your host, Jose on the mic, and with me as always is the lovely May. How are you doing?
I am great, Jose. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. This turnaround, we are actually in Bradenton, Florida, enjoying the weather. It's kind of warm out.
Good friends, Anna and Andrew Smart.
We have our guest today is Andrew and Anna Smart with World Promotions, Inc.
Yes, among other things.
Among other things, yeah. We're going to get into
about.
all of that.
Yeah.
How are you two doing?
We're doing great. We're so
good.
glad you guys could come down to Florida.
Thank you
and
for
see
having
us.
us. I'm so excited to have you two on the podcast. I've known you two for a really long time, and we've enjoyed many parts of the world together.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We've
Yeah.
had a lot of international experiences.
That's
I would
right.
say.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
I didn't say international incidents.
That's right.
Well, there is an important thing there. There's an important distinction, yes.
But you two are really wonderful. You put on first-class events, treat everybody with such kindness. You have great character and integrity, and I really appreciate all that you have done. And yeah, so my first experience traveling with the two of you was Paris, Nice, Cannes, and Monte Carlo.
Yeah,
It was pretty special.
That was a decent trip.
Yeah,
That
it
was a decent
really
trip.
excellent.
I'm not gonna lie.
That sounds like a hell of a trip. Are you kidding? That's like a bucket list thing.
You know when they say like go to your happy place, try to imagine somewhere. I'm like easy. It's Ritz-Carlton Cannes. I was there. I opened up the French doors. I had the fruit on the table. I've been to my happy place before.
You must have been in my room. I had a room close
Wow.
I had my
we're
own
not
room,
gonna-
which is even better.
Yeah,
It's funny you should mention that though, because really, honestly, I feel like that's kind of our profession is giving people a happy place. You know, creating
Oh,
a
that's
happy
nice.
place for people.
Yeah.
And it really warms my heart to hear that somebody can go to one of those locations and think of that as their happy place.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of really, really nice feedback from people that say the same thing.
Wow.
Look, I'm just curious because world promotion. How many of these things do you put on a yearly basis?
Oh, my Lord. Me?
Yeah,
Not very many.
The
not
two
sure.
of you. No, that would be
the two of you. Yes.
The company,
Both.
it ranges anywhere from 12 to 15. You know, it depends.
Wow, really?
We average one a month. Yeah.
I was gonna say
we
it.
have 10 that are every year. They're annual events. They happen every
Well,
year.
yeah, I think what most people don't know is we do 10 or 12 competitions that dance teachers and studios and students come to or travel with, but we also do half a dozen corporate events
Oh wow.
that
Yeah.
are private events that we do for corporate clients, Disney,
Gotcha.
and
Wow.
Nice. Well, so that's why we're here. I'm going to get you to brag about yourselves, and if you don't do that, I'll do it for you because I've been
Sure,
to many of
absolutely.
your events. Well, we decided to do something really fun today, which was kind of a she said, he said, because the two of you work together on these events, and you are, first of all, you're a man and you're a woman, so it's going to be a different
I
angle.
think they call
There is that. There is that.
And the personalities are different, but God has a sense of humor, and He puts opposites together. We know this.
Well, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
he does.
Okay.
So we're going to ladies first.
Okay.
Invite Anna to.
So I should be.
Okay. Yes.
We're just going to
I'm gonna
invite
ask
you to come
go
back.
to the soundproof booth in the back if you don't mind,
Right.
sir.
Put the headphones on, listen to the music so you don't hear the answers.
La 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 la
I'll grab the
la.
phone.
Oh, that would be fantastic if you grab the phones.
That's right. So we are in your office here in Bradenton,
We are,
Florida.
yes. You're here
Yeah.
in our physical space in Bradenton. And we've had an office here, well, not this, we've been here for about 10 years, but we have had an office based in the Sarasota, Bradenton area now for 28 years, I think.
That's a good little run.
It is. It is a good run.
Well, the first thing I want to talk about, Anna, is you are a world champion dancer.
Yes, that is true.
Yes, and I still hear people talk about your performance when you won the world championship.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, with Tom Slater.
Mm-hmm.
And so just the impact that routine had on a lot of people. They talk about your red skull cap that you had on, the outfit that you had on. Is that right?
Right, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And recently you won an award. Please tell me about that.
Yeah, actually, it's been a pretty good year for us. We just recently, I was awarded or I was inducted into the South American Hall of Fame by the Council Danza Argentina.
Wow.
So Andrew and I have
Very
worked
nice.
very, very hard to kind of bolster and help the dance community in South America, because for years we have loved traveling there. And we saw, we fell in love with tango. Obviously, as a dancer, you're pulled to Argentina, and we saw a huge opportunity there. There were people there that wanted dance board, or they wanted ballroom dancing. There were a few people teaching, but they didn't have really any support. So we
You said two of them were teaching at a
there were three teachers there when we ran our first event, and
They didn't really have a studio.
they
right?
had no studio, and now there are dozens of studios in the city and in the country, and it's really, South America itself is becoming very big for dance sport.
Wow. And so
How about that?
the award was called.
I was inducted to the Hall of Fame for my contribution for developing dance in South America.
That's kind of a
Andrew
big
and I
deal.
are
It is
kind
kind
of
of a big deal.
it is. Well, we're kind of known as, it's a kind of an inside joke, but they call us the godfather and fairy godmother of dance, because he's like kind of the stern one that kind of keeps people in line. Like if somebody, not keeps people in line, but he's the one that everybody goes to if they need advice. And I'm the one that they come to if they need something. So, we kind of help things happen. We
Okay.
grease the machine, I guess
Yeah,
you would say.
yeah.
Alright.
And so they look at us as godparents of dancing.
Which is a huge compliment in a
It is, and it
Hispanic
was-
culture.
Yeah, it
The
was a
Latin culture,
massive
absolutely.
Yeah.
compliment. Honestly, it was an
Yeah.
out of body experience for me. I don't even remember the night because
they-
it was a surprise. I didn't know it was happening, and I was in the middle of running the event. They were all in on it.
And all the dancers came to the floor and kind of did a little flash mob.
the dancers from Argentina did a flash mob, and then the dancers from Chile did a flash mob. So, and they just came out of nowhere, and it just, honestly, I
Isn't
was
that beautiful?
speechless.
Astounding.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was speechless.
Yeah, that's coming through.
So, it was a really special thing, and it was nice because I'm really happy sitting behind the computer. You know me. I had plenty of time in the spotlight, and I feel like now I want to kind of empower other people to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
So for me, it was kind of like,
And you do empower people to be in the spotlight, because one of the things that you do, I know, is you go to Blackpool, I believe, and to the United States Championships to search out future stars
that's correct.
and bring them as performers to your event, right, for the finale
That's
of the
correct.
event. Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, we do.
And you have an eye for.
We have, both Andrew and I take a lot of pride in that we, number one, we're both dancers. So we come from a dance background. So our heart is originally in the dancing. We're not just organizers.
Right.
And I don't even like the word organizer, because it's so much more than that. And it's so much more than promoter. It's everything. You have to, it's the full package.
Yes.
But we both, now Sarah, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Selecting dancers
Oh,
for your
yeah,
shows.
absolutely. But we take a lot of pride in the fact that we know what we like.
Yeah.
And we know that there are politics, because obviously we were both competitors. So we know the politics of dancing, and we know it
Yes.
exists, and we know that
Yes.
it will always exist. So if there's something we can do, if we see a couple that maybe is not getting the marks that we feel they deserve, or maybe for
Not
some
being
reason
promoted
they're
as
being
much.
passed over,
Yeah.
or particularly if it's because they've made some kind of a personal stance and they're being,
I see.
we do our best to kind of take these couples under their wing to provide work for them, really. And a
Yeah.
lot of people say, well, how come all of a sudden the couples that you book all of a sudden start to win? I said, well, because they have money to take lessons now. It's not because we're whispering in their ear the secret of dancing. It's because now they have the money to go and
Sprinkle the
take the
dust on-
lessons and
Fairy
sprinkle.
godmother.
We're giving them the fairy dust to sprinkle all over
There you
the
go.
industry that will help warm the industry to them. So it is true. A lot of the couples that we book, do eventually come through, and they usually come through fairly quickly.
Yes.
As in, like
Yeah.
the last 5 national champions, they come through.
And I think
quickly.
you see something special about them, something special about their performance also, and something about their personality on the dance floor.
It kind of comes down to what we had talked about a little bit earlier about
Yeah.
Andrew's Richard Branson comment, that it's about good people. If I have a good feeling the first time they do a show for us,
Yeah.
if I have a good feeling about you, chances are you're going to do 5 shows for me that year. If I have a good feeling about you. And I'm really sorry for those of you that have only ever done 1 show for me. I'm really sorry for you right now. I apologize. I apologize. And I've actually been approached by a couple of them, and they've said, "How come you book some people 5 times, 6 times a year, and you only book me once?"
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Sometimes it has to do with, and I'm not going to put you on the spot with anyone, but sometimes it has to do with dependability.
It is a dependability issue, and
Yeah.
it's also just an issue of getting it. Understanding that that the reason why we're all there for the weekend. We're all there because we love to dance, and it's a positive experience, and everything should be positive. And you have to understand, I know this sounds crazy, and I tell this to couples, young couples, you never know who is in the elevator with you.
Right.
You never know who's in the
Yes.
elevator with you. So it has to do with your attitude. From the moment you step outside of your room, if you want to complain in your room or whatever, that's
That
fine.
is
But the
so true.
second you step out of your hotel room, you need to be like, you are so happy to be there, and this is great. And talk to students, engage with teachers, make it seem like, hey, we're all in this together, rather than, you are so lucky that I'm even here. Which you
Right.
do get from some people.
Yeah.
But some of the world's greatest dancers are also the most humble.
That's true. That's
I'm
true.
pounding. Sorry.
She gets excited.
I
she
found out
pounds.
something about myself. I'm a pounder.
Yeah, you are a pounder.
But I found that to be true though. And when I was performing, I had a wonderful opportunity to perform at the Meyerson. And as a dancer, you don't get in Dallas, and you don't get a chance to do that very often because it's symphony centered.
Right.
Well, it was an opportunity for a fundraiser for the Dallas Symphony, so I had the opportunity to dance on that stage, and then also have musicians. Playing live.
Having live music is
Oh my gosh, great.
incredible.
And these were amazing, wonderful musicians and great dancers that I had sort of selected a team to dance with me, kind of a group dance. Anyway, no attitude. There was these room full of excellent dancers, excellent musicians.
Yeah.
Hey, how can we help you? Hey, we're doing something with the music. Let us tell you it's X amount of measures, and then we're going to do the end. Does that make sense to you? Will that work for you? Do you need anything
Right.
else? Just really
There you go.
teaming together.
Sure.
Yeah. No, like,
Well,
Ew,
true
the dancers
artists,
are
really
here.
true artists don't need that pretense. I think that pretense comes from a fear of being found out that maybe they are not all
Exactly.
everyone says they are. So
Exactly.
I think if you're approachable, if you have that skill and you have confidence in it, why wouldn't you want to reach out?
Exactly.
Especially if you're coming together in a joint project.
Right.
Why would you not want to reach out to the musicians and,
Sure, why
and
not?
make sure, hey, we're all, like I said, it comes into that we're kind of all in this together.
Absolutely.
And the thing that disturbs me is some of the top couples have actually gone so far as to tell me, well, actually, my coach tells me that I shouldn't be around anybody, so we're not going to come down tonight to the cocktail party because we're not supposed to be around people. We need to be unapproachable.
What?
Okay, well, that's what you are to me now, unapproachable.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's
wow.
So
yeah.
That's the one and done.
and that's okay. And there's a style for that.
Sure.
No, I mean, go ahead. There is a time and a style for that, but that's just not what we offer at our events.
Right. Right.
That's
right.
how they become a one and done.
It is, but they also become champions. But they're icy, if you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Right.
Yes.
It's like at our show, I can't think of anybody that afterwards everybody gets up and goes and talks to the couple.
Yeah.
And says, you were awesome. That was great. They're not
Yeah.
afraid to get out of their seats and approach these people. At a
Right.
lot of events, people would be terrified. They wouldn't even dream about
And
approaching
it's
one of
true.
the.
Some couples I approached,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, at your event, very approachable and gracious with compliments. And I'm just, oh, I love that show. Well, thank you so much. Well, I know coming up to a couple, maybe it was about a year ago, not at your event,
Mm-hmm.
oh, by the way, but anyway, someone else's event, and I wanted to compliment the lady, and I came up to her, and her back was turned, and I said, "Oh, excuse me, I want to, compliment your dancing." And
One of those.
she gave me this icy look. I'm like, It was really
Yes.
great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Right. Well, it's almost like
Wow.
it's almost like an attitude that they give you of like, well, that was implied, darling. You know, obviously you love
Or,
me. Obviously
Who
you
are
love me.
you?
I take that as a given. Yeah, you know, it's a humility, and it's a true passion for dance.
True
you know,
passion for dance,
If,
yes.
if they have the same heart that everybody in the room has, because I really feel like our clients, they kind of regulate themselves. You know, as you know, we're not part of any federation, or we're our own independent organization. You don't have to be a member of any organization, but you
Right.
certainly can be a member of an organization.
And that's okay. Yeah.
And that's fine. But, you know, it's more like a family atmosphere. I don't know how to describe it, except for,
Yes.
you know, they all kind
That's
of
actually a
sort
pretty good description right there.
They
Yeah.
sort themselves out.
Yes.
You know, we're a bit like a favela. You know, we have no police. We take care of it in the hood. You know, if somebody's a problem, then everybody is so. Everyone's their friend. You know, you look 3 tables down and you've made a new best friend a couple months ago.
Absolutely.
You don't want that person hurt. So if that person's got an issue,
Yeah, we got
3
go
tables
down and
down
take
is
care of
going
it.
to take a look at
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? So I don't want to make it sound scary, but I'm just saying it's just more of a family atmosphere.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you two do things very special, and I like the heart you say about a dancer, which is if you have I feel a real passion for dance, you want to share it.
Of course.
Yeah,
Why
you want
wouldn't
to
you?
share it. And so the two of you and Andrew, do some really special things. And I'm wearing this necklace. I want to talk about it because this is something that they gave the participants in your competitions instead of a trophy, which is so great. So I have all these competitions, world promotions, events I've gone to with these, and it's really a special necklace to me. So the students get this instead of a trophy.
Yes.
Well, I have a wonderful student, Richard Newhouse, shout out.
Yes.
So he made sure his
Hey, Richard.
instructor got one too. And so, but this
He
is
was
such
so
a-
sweet. He
yeah.
would always call ahead of the event and say, "Oh, you know, we're coming this weekend. I want to make sure. Can I order an extra one for May?" And it's nice. I mean, the thing is for people that are really, this is their hobby, and it transcends hobby. Really, it
Yeah.
becomes a lifestyle.
Yes.
Sure.
You know, and you have so many trophies. You only have space for so many trophies, and trophies are nice, and they're
Trophies,
nice. Every
yes.
now and then, it's nice to get an old school trophy.
It is.
Yeah. But
It's also nice to wear your trophies
but
around
it
you.
is. It's nice to have something
I like
that
it.
you can wear,
Sure.
and you can also talk about your dancing. You have something that you can share, and it's a conversation starter.
Sure.
It
People
is.
can see it and think, "Oh, that's beautiful," and say, "Oh, actually, I won it in a competition." You know, it's I don't know.
Yeah, no, I really love it. I really love it. And I do want to just mention the first trip that we went. I mentioned it earlier,
Yes.
the Paris, Cannes, Nice, and Monte Carlo. The kind of trips they do, just really little
Yeah.
extra special things. So we arrived in Paris, my student and I. We came to the Intercontinental Hotel in Paris, and they were waiting in the lobby with our keys. They had already checked us in.
There you go.
So little things like that after a long flight, that was wonderful. And of course, my happy place in Cannes.
Yes. Well,
The
you've been,
Ritz-Carlton.
you've been on some good trips with us too.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
You did the Pearls of the Orient with us.
I didn't, but I did New York at
Oh, that was it.
Thanksgiving.
Oh,
That was wonderful, and the Macy's Day Parade and all that. So you do so many wonderful things, and you continue to do that with the award that you got, and talk about World Dance Arts Federation.
Yes, we have
For the children?
We have Andrew and I are on the board of a nonprofit that we started. Oh my gosh, probably. Wow, I don't know.
Long
15
time
years
ago?
A long time ago.
Long time ago,
We
yes.
started it when our girls were little because, strangely enough, Allie had to go to a Girl Scout dance, and it was like a daddy-daughter dance. I think she was maybe in first grade. So yeah, we're talking a long time ago. And
I like the way she said
he
it.
was the
Fucking
only
long time ago.
one that really knew how to do any kind of partner dancing. So all of a sudden, this little line formed to dance with
How
Allie's
cute.
dad, and Allie's like, "Yeah, but he's my partner for
Oh,
the
but
night."
that's
You know?
my daddy.
And they're like, "But we want to dance with somebody that knows how to dance." So we just taught, like, I went back to the school that she was going to, and we taught like a little class. We danced and daughters. They had so much fun, and we said, this would be an awesome thing for kids to have because there really isn't anywhere to do this. So we started the nonprofit. We run programs in Title I public schools. So in schools that don't have a lot of arts funding.
And the name of it, did I get it
It's
right?
it's the World Dance Arts Foundation.
Okay.
And we've been in
Foundation.
different counties, in different states. Our biggest stronghold is here in Florida, in Collier County. We're still very active there. At 15 years later, we're still really active there. We've taught over 40,000 students in Collier County.
Wow.
So
That is
there
cool.
There are entire generations of kids growing up in the Naples area where everybody knows how to dance. So wherever you go out, and in a strange kind of turn of events, there's also 6 or 7 places in that community where you can go out any night of the week and hear live music and dance. Because
So it really supports the community,
It's kind of
right?
an acceptable thing. It's become something that your kids do, and now your grandparents talk about it, and now the parents want to get involved, and it's kind of sandwiching the adult
Yeah,
community in.
Interesting.
Bringing the
So-
generations together.
Yeah, absolutely. And
That's
it's
nice.
it's really and it's mainly successful there because of people. Once again, everything it comes back to people. It's because
Yeah.
we have incredible supporters there, people that really believe in the program, that support it financially, and then the most amazing program director, Molly Cook. She's our classrooms coordinator for Collier County, and
Oh, wow.
she's like everything rolled into one. Cheerleader, you know, mob boss, everything. She's just awesome. Because she has, like, in middle school, she'll have 4 PE classes at one time, so she's got 100 7th graders.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have to
right.
be a bit of a mob boss to
Yeah.
Sure.
control that.
7th graders.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
So, yeah, don't worry about the fear of God. It's me you see every day. Yeah, I know that one.
But no, it's been really good. So yeah, I'm really happy. You know, we also feel like we want to give something back. This industry has been really, really good to us. So you know, it's our way of giving something back. And we have always given free entries to youth. So kids dance for free at our competitions, and we also run one event a year that is absolutely completely free for kids. I mean, 100%. They don't even have to buy a ticket to come in the door.
Is that in Orlando?
That's the one in Orlando. It's the Orlando Ballroom Blitz, and
That happens in November.
it is. It's in November. It's coming up, and it's a fantastic event because we have some high level competitors that join us from like New York and Texas and California. But we also get a huge percentage. I'd say over 50% of the kids are at their very first competition. They've come through the schools program.
So exciting.
So
That
they
is
get
really,
a chance
really cool.
to come. Some of them don't even necessarily have dance shoes yet, but they come and, like, for instance, we have Dennis Drozdick and Antonina Scobina doing the show in Orlando. So they get to come, dance with all these people, be in a team match with kids that are like in the top of the nation, and then see a show, you know, somebody that they watched on World of Dance, and then they're in the room with them, you know. So
Yes.
for them, it is just
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
you know.
And
Rock
a
star.
part-
Yeah,
rock stars, right?
absolutely.
Part of the foundation is to also provide costuming for.
Yes, we also have a dress bank, and what happens is people are able to donate their dresses to us when they're finished with it, and then we have a big haul of dresses here, and the kids come and borrow dresses. They check dresses out; it's completely free, and
Man,
they
you
wear them
guys-
at the competition, and they bring
You
them
guys
back.
really have some stuff going on.
Yeah, so it's you know, we want to make it possible for these kids and give them something, give them a goal. You know, if you've been taking lessons for a long time, you know the difference between dancing in a cocktail dress and then putting a dance dress.
Oh, with all the
Just
Swarovski
the weight
stones.
of the stones,
Oh, yes.
the way the skirt
Girl,
sounds.
please. Yeah.
It just, yeah, and
Like, I'm a star.
for me, honestly, what a highlight of my week is when I know people are coming in, because you see them, you know, they put it on, they come out, they look at themselves in the mirror and they, and then for me, I mean, honestly, the hair on my arms is standing up right now talking about it, because they find this kind of inner diva in it, and it's
I was about to
awesome
say
to
that.
like be there at the moment when she's revealed. You're just like, what? Yeah,
Yes,
it's awesome.
that is
it's
great.
awesome. I feel so lucky to do what I do.
We sure appreciate it very much. Now I think it might be time to hear from the other half.
Time to
What
bring the
does
other half
he
along.
have to say?
Paging Andrew Smart